If I had gone to my brother and asked him to help me protect my wife from the kind of abuse that Meghan Markle has been exposed to, and that abuse seeps from mainstream media to social media and drips into every corner of Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. And my brother had turned around to me and said, yeah, well, there it is.
Yes, there it is. William's betrayal. If you are a little bit confused, for years now, royalists have championed a narrative that absolves Prince William of any wrongdoing in his relationship with Prince Harry. This narrative presents William as the steadfast, dutiful heir, while painting Harry as the rebellious, misguided younger brother. However, an honest analysis of their relationship, as revealed in Prince Harry's memoir, Spare, and subsequent interviews, reveals a more complex dynamic. The truth is that William has much to answer for, and the idea that he owes Harry no apology is both disingenuous and dismissive of the real grievances that have driven a wedge between the brothers. From emotional distance during Harry's formative years, to betrayal, to even physical violence, William's actions over the years cannot be overlooked or excused by royalist spin. Let's dive deeper. One of the earliest ways in which William hurt his brother was when Harry joined William at Eton College, an elite boarding school. Harry, younger and less confident, looked to his older brother for support. It seemed natural, two brothers at the same school, a potential support system in an otherwise daunting environment. However, William commanded Harry to pretend I didn't know him, a devastating blow to a younger sibling seeking guidance and companionship. William's rationale was that Eton had been his sanctuary, a place where he could finally escape the shadow of being a part of a royal package deal with Harry. This cold reaction from William, while possibly understandable from a self-interested teenage perspective, set a precedent for their future relationship. William showed early on that his public image took priority over his brother's emotional needs. For Harry, this emotional distancing was hurtful, but, unfortunately, not surprising, as he acknowledged that William always hated being seen as a duo. The narrative of their relationship had been set. William would always prioritize his public image over his younger brother. The emotional distance between the two brothers continued into adulthood. During their time training as helicopter pilots in Shropshire, they lived together for the first time since their school years. Harry described it as fun, yet William painted a very different picture during a joint interview, publicly criticizing Harry for being a slob and snoring, complaints Harry immediately recognized as false. While on the surface, this banter might seem harmless, it was another example of William elevating himself at Harry's expense. For Harry, this moment raised deeper questions. Why was William so keen on publicly diminishing him? Harry had kept their living arrangement positive and light-hearted, but William's decision to gripe about his younger brother during a public interview felt unnecessary and mean-spirited. It suggested a deeper resentment or competitiveness that Harry had sensed over the years, a desire on William's part to control not just the narrative, but Harry himself. This behaviour planted seeds of distrust, further fracturing their already strained relationship. Perhaps one of the most striking examples of William's need for control came when Harry began therapy, a process William initially encouraged but later came to distrust. Therapy was a positive turning point in Harry's life, offering him tools for self-awareness and emotional healing. Yet, as Harry made progress, William expressed suspicion, even going so far as to accuse Harry of being brainwashed. When Harry invited William to join him for a therapy session to better understand his experience, William declined. This episode illustrated William's growing discomfort with Harry's burgeoning independence. Therapy had given Harry the strength to step outside of the royal institution's emotional confines, making him harder for William to influence. William's rejection of therapy wasn't just about his own reluctance to engage in self-reflection, it was a manifestation of his unease with Harry's emotional evolution. William's strategy, as Harry explained, was clear. Harry was unwell, and therefore his behaviour and decisions were inherently flawed. The climax of their deteriorating relationship occurred in 2019 when William's frustration over Harry's refusal to follow royal protocol reached a boiling point. According to Harry, William arrived at his London home piping hot and immediately launched into a tirade against Meghan, calling her difficult, rude, and abrasive. William was not acting rationally, and when Harry attempted to de-escalate the situation by offering him water, the argument became physical. William attacked Harry, grabbing him by the collar and knocking him to the floor. Harry was left dazed and injured, both physically and emotionally. This violent outburst was indicative of deeper issues. William's frustration stemmed from Harry's refusal to submit to his authority. The physical aggression was not just an isolated incident, but the culmination of years of unresolved tension, emotional manipulation, and an underlying power struggle. While William later apologised, his demand that Harry not inform Meghan about the incident showed that he still valued his image over accountability. One of the most devastating betrayals Harry experienced was William's involvement in the very media manipulation they had sworn to avoid. The royal institution has long been known for trading stories with the press to protect individual members of the family, often at the expense of others. Harry and William had made a pact to never allow their offices to engage in such behaviour. However, when negative stories about Meghan began to circulate in the tabloids, it became clear to Harry that William's office was complicit in trading stories about him and his wife in exchange for favourable coverage of William and Kate. This betrayal was particularly painful for Harry, not just because of the broken promise, but because of the human cost involved. Meghan was subjected to relentless tabloid harassment, much of which was fueled by leaks from inside the palace. When Meghan sued the Mail on Sunday for publishing a private letter to her father, William's employee, Jason Nauf, voluntarily provided a witness statement that undermined Meghan's case. This action, Harry believed, could not have occurred without William's approval. The fact that William was willing to allow his office to undermine his brother's wife in a legal battle spoke volumes about the depths of his betrayal. For Harry, it wasn't just about the media, it was about family loyalty. William had chosen the institution over his brother. And it didn't stop there. The January 2020 Sandringham Summit, convened to discuss Harry and Meghan's decision to step back from their royal duties, was another turning point. Harry described the meeting as terrifying, particularly when William began screaming and shouting at him. The summit made it clear that William had fully aligned himself with the institution, prioritizing its survival over his relationship with Harry. During the summit, a statement was released, allegedly on behalf of both Harry and William, denying claims that William had bullied Harry and Meghan out of the family. Harry, however, had not been consulted about the statement, and its release without his permission further strained their relationship. The statement showed that the institution would lie to protect William, but it had never extended the same courtesy to Harry and Meghan. Even after Harry and Meghan's departure from royal life, William's attempts to undermine his brother continued. From leaking stories to the press, to allowing his office to brief against Harry, William remained complicit in the very dirty game that drove Harry to leave the UK. The tabloids, fed by palace insiders, continued to vilify Harry and Meghan, with William's tacit approval. It is also worth noting that William's refusal to apologise or address these issues publicly has only deepened the rift. While Harry has been open about his grievances and desire for reconciliation, William has remained largely silent, allowing the media to portray him as the victim of Harry's rebellion. In reality, William's actions, his emotional distancing, public criticism, manipulation, and even physical aggression have all contributed to the breakdown of their relationship. The royalist narrative that absolves William of any wrongdoing is not only misleading, but harmful. It perpetuates the idea that Harry is solely responsible for the rift between the brothers, when in fact, William's actions have played a significant role in their estrangement. From his early emotional neglect to his betrayal in the media, and even physical violence, William has much to answer for. What Harry seeks is not vengeance, but accountability. Until then, the narrative that William has nothing to apologise for will continue to ring hollow, as the truth of their relationship becomes more apparent with each passing revelation. Thank you for watching.